Hello, everyone. We are 100 Years Enterprise. My name is Fahim, aka Lejon. To my right, who do I have?
Dante, aka Raheem.
To my left.
Patrick, aka Hamza.
And again, we are 100 Years Enterprise. Our mission, our theme, what is our motivation? It's to steer youth from making early death decisions. That's what we do. That's what we strive to do. And that's something what we'll continue to do through our inspiration, as well as our calling from the Most High. And this next topic of episode 7, the youth, well as myself, we went astray somewhere. He got wrapped up, and throughout that, going down the negative path, of turning left, we thought we was being successful, whatever lifestyle it was. But I want to hone in on this to tell the youth, encourage the youth. With this topic is to become successful, to be successful, and to stay successful in your journeys. And with that, I would like Patrick, my good friend, to tell the people, or tell you why you think it's important for them to become successful.
Well, just going by the past topics that we talked about and what we shared on the past podcasts, you mentioned something that was profound about the history, our history, right? And what that entails. And the biggest thing about history is that you have to live life to experience a thing to pass something down, right? So, in hopes of young men and women, right, teenagers, young adults, and even adults that's still trying to figure things out, right? We are imparting on you guys the experience of being successful is just finding your path, steering yourself away from early death decisions, as well as returning back to your communities and helping those who's in similar situations that you come from to help them pass the knowledge down, to help them overcome such tragedies or emotions or hardships or anything of that nature. So being successful is just you finding your path, finding yourself, finding your path, and in that path, helping others along the way. So that's my message to the youth.
Being successful, that's a good one. When I think about being successful, right, we all had the opportunity of being successful growing up. And I'm saying that because we all was good in something. Even if it was baseball, swimming, tennis, motocross, playing the piano, playing the clarinet, we had that opportunity.
That's right.
So I'm saying to the youth, like you said, whatever your niche is, whatever that you good at, find what you good at and be successful. And don't allow anybody to say that you can't do that. Because guess what? If you set your mind to it, you can do whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
Most definitely.
And once again, I'm a firm believer of that. Because I always got to go back to this when I couldn't read. But I told myself, eventually along in life, I told myself I can. And guess what? I achieved it. So don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. Because guess what? You can be successful in what you do. Just believe in yourself and push. Successful don't mean, I got all this money, I'm successful. It don't mean that.
That's right.
It means finding your passion and pushing that and being good at that. And in that, be positive. We ain't gonna get big headed, arrogant, and say, "Oh, I got this." No, 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 no. Being successful is passing the message on. How did you get to where you at? And pass that on. And a lot of times we don't do that because we failed at that. Because we allowed society, we allowed the system, we allowed our own ignorance to take us from what we believed in, what we was good at. Could have been one of the first black motocross races back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been successful with that because I was good at that. But I allowed the outside influences, the nice cars, the girls, and I wanted to be somebody. I didn't want to be who I truly was because I didn't know who I was. But I thought I was these different fashions that I seen. So that took me away from what I was good at.
Mm.
I was unsuccessful in riding a motorcycle because I didn't push that. I didn't believe in that. I didn't have nobody pushing me to do that.
So success is in that feeling. It's in that feeling, right? And tied into the emotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that. You know, and like Dante was just saying, you know, you could be anything you want to be. Don't let anyone tell you, youngsters, kids, even grown adults, because we still find ourselves in that infantile thinking, that immature thinking. You could be 40, 50 years old. We still thinking like adolescents. We do. So don't become discouraged for being what you're striving to be, and to do what you want to do. Do not listen to those who are encouraging you to do wrong. Don't listen to them people. I don't care if your big homeboy, he got all the money, all the flash, you know what I mean? All the money will look good. All that stuff is fake. Also, another important thing, study your history, study your finances, right? Study your credit, understand credit. That's those things that help you. Create a value system. What do you value? What about yourself? What about life do you value? Right? And also understand what triggers you to do right or wrong. That can determine if you can be successful or unsuccessful. What triggers you to do right or wrong? Those are things that I had to understand about myself. And today, I'm still striving along those lines to become successful in the way I want to be. I want to be so successful in business and organization, not for myself, but so I can use these gifts and these traits to pass on to give to those who can benefit from it. That's what makes me smile. When I can make somebody else smile, right? When I can help someone who have a cramp in their stomach and I can give them a piece of chicken, I can give them something, what can help curb that for a minute. You know, that's success to me. Success is to make others happy, right? That's success. And with that, I want to read one quote from Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey said this, because we've been talking about history, right? He said, a people without knowledge of their past history, origin, origin and culture is like a tree without roots, right? So you can have a nice tree, but you ain't got no foundation. A nice, pretty tree with no foundation. So what you gonna water? You gotta water the roots to keep it strong. I want to end with that.
I want to say something too about history and the present, right? Because just our former president was Barack Obama, and I love poli sci. So he made a quote, right? And this just come with confidence. This is when you have a certain kind of education that expands your intelligence, you create an aura of yourself of having a certain confidence, right?
Yes.
Right. When nobody in the room believes you, but you believe it. That's all that matters, right? And so the point is about the point about Barack Obama, right, was that what I found dynamic about him was he solicited all the black caucus before he ran, because he was only in the Senate for 2 years.
Right.
And so he asked the black caucus, Jesse Jackson and all of them. He said, look, do you believe if I run for president, do you think I'll win? And they said, man, it ain't time yet.
Yep.
It ain't time. They ain't ready to accept no black president. You know what I mean? So he sat back and listened to him. And the most powerful thing, the profound thing, what he said, is that he said, if the time ain't now, then when is it?
Yep.
Right? So the only thing, what he took away from that is that you said I ain't ready. Right? He had the confidence and said, I'm running. And won. And so, you got something to say about that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
He had the confidence to run. The outsider said he did.
Exactly.
So y'all got the confidence to be who y'all are.
Right.
The outsiders and they say y'all didn't.
Right.
But y'all doing it.
Right.
So parallel that, my man.
And that's the point I'm making, right? And then there's a point that what Frederick Douglass said. This is the opposite of that. And he said, oh my God. Okay, here we go. He says, it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men.
Say it again.
it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. So, and it's just me, my opinion. Well, Barack Obama asked them, he asked them because they come from an old way of doing things.
Yeah.
Right? So when he asked them, he wanted to get their opinion. And he received it. He said, y'all broken.
They was used to losing.
Because if I take that, I'll never be the president.
Man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So the point is that when you understand, right, education, right? Like you said, understanding that, to gain knowledge, right, and acquire knowledge, right, comes with a certain air and confidence, expand your intellect, then you begin to see the world differently than those who ain't doing what you're doing. And that's what happened to us. People counted us out. People looked at, frowned upon us. People said, man, they wish we jump off a chair and kill ourselves.
And they
right?
still do.
But God had a different plan for us, right? We recognized our calling. We unified under something. We came together and created something. We created businesses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We did the paperwork. We did the LLC. We did the 501c3. We know that ain't easy to do that, right? But the point is this. When you have a certain confidence through shared experience, lived experience, you think different. You feel that you have a different kind of confidence.
Can't nobody
right?
tell you no different.
And that breeds envy. So you have to look at all those elements, right? And they're talking to the young people that if you do these elements, you understand, you come to understand the thing, right? And that's where your success is at. So I just wanted to share that, man. Make sure that we get that in there because that's important. That's part of history and the present.
So basically, success lies within yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
That's where it lies at, and that was profound what you just said. About the president, because just think about a lot of these youngsters when they go ask somebody, "Do you think I could do this? You think I could do this?" And they get, "Nah, you can't do that." So that's just crushed their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Then they start doing other things. Then they start making early death decisions. So that's why it's imperative on us to push that. Hey, man, you can what? That's what. Do that.
Right.
This is what you need to do to get there. To navigate to this point, and be successful at it. That's where we come in at. That's where 100 years enterprise come in at.
Absolutely.
And those that's doing the similar work that we doing. Because once again, we can't do it by ourselves. We can't. But we can be the vehicle to push and to bring others on. Because when they see we doing what we doing, a lot of them, they're going to want to join. They want to jump on the bandwagon. So once again, success lies within. And I truly know that and understand that because I'm successful. I'm free.
Exactly.
They was like you say, jump off the tier. You got life sentence. You ain't going to die. You going to parole, but you going to parole in a pine box with a toe tag.
I remember someone told us that, rest in peace. Said, man, said, I don't know why y'all fighting, why y'all trying to get out, why y'all going to that damn parole board? They ain't gonna let you go anyway. Both of y'all gonna die. The man told me in my face, he said, you and your crime, both of y'all gonna die in the pen. I stopped talking to him after that. And that's another thing what made me push so hard to get up out of there. I wish he was alive to see when I walked out that gate, but Allah took him for whatever reason. But I just want to say that.
Yeah, because if we would have believed that,
if we'd have believed it.
If we would have believed that, guess what? I would have stopped going to self-help program. I'm going to die. So why should I continue to go to self-help programs? Because I'm going to die anyway in prison if I'd have believed what he was saying.
Exactly.
But that was a form of hate. That was a form of jealousy.
That's what it was.
Man, listen.
Saw it.
We all can attest that we got sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Exactly.
And so we said, okay, we got to figure out a path out of here. If it's going through 30 programs, I'm going to take 31 of them. Right? And so, just in my situation, just looking at it from, I stayed in the law library.
That was a successful path.
Man, I got to figure this out. And every time I lost, what I do? I'd be in the cell crying.
It didn't do it again.
Y'all come to the cell and say, man, hey man, keep going, Si. Keep going, man. Keep going. I just be like, man, I'm broken.
Because some people might think, we got on our first time. It took me 4 trials to come home. Mm-hmm. I got denied 3 times. You know what I mean? I got denied.
You are a success story.
I got denied 3 times. Finally made it. You know what I mean? Cried each time. Cried like a baby when he left. Like, damn, I knew it was, ooh. But Allah had another plan for me, right? And it was best I did that. And the same about success, right? I gotta say this part because I think the youth really need to hear this, well as the adults who never heard it or is in denial from this. This is one. If you have no confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life. If you have no confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life. Next.
That was me.
He said, then he says this here, right? He say, with confidence, you have won before you even started. So if you got the confidence, you already won no matter what anybody say. But on the flip side, if you don't have the confidence, if anybody can tell you what you're not going to do and you believe it, then you're already defeated. It's like when Mike Tyson was fighting. He said people would step in the ring out of fear of Mike Tyson. They could have beat him. But of his reputation and how he looked, his prowess, they was already defeated. Right? So, because they didn't have the confidence.
And with that confidence, it's a thing that they must understand, right? You know what I mean? Struggle is necessary.
Very, right? And why is it necessary?
Because proper
preparation
bring about poor performance.
Prevents
poor performance.
Exactly.
So when you're saying confidence, that's because you're skilled at what you do. Your confidence lies in the body of work you put in.
And with that skill, okay, so with that skill, it's something else in that skill. Because we got a lot of skilled people, right? But don't believe in that skill.
Belief.
Right. So you got to believe in that skill.
Believe in
right? So you believe in your skill. You believe in your skill, right? Y'all believe in everything what y'all have, right? The outside forces who didn't believe, it created something with the shaitan, the devil, it created something. Envy, jealousy. It created that. That's always going to be here. But with our confidence, right? Not the arrogance and the envy and the ego, but with our confidence, with our belief, we crush all of it. And we walk over like King Kong did. We walk over like King Kong. You know, in the great and then the reverse in a great quote what Denzel said in Training's Day. I gotta say it. King Kong ain't got shit on me. And I mean that. Because we here right now. He said it. Had to get that out.
You got it out?
Got it out.
How you feel?
Great.
Okay. Good.
Powerful.
That's
100 years enterprise. Because that's who we are.
And that's what we want the youth to feel. I would be proud if youth came and after I mentored that child or that young man and woman and said that quote, King Kong ain't got shit on me.
That's right.
That means I've done my job as a mentor. I instill confidence in that person. That person has value. That person recognizes value. And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
We're trying to get every individual, especially young men and women, to recognize your value because God made you who you are. You got to figure out who you are and why he created you to be who you are because your struggle may be your testimony to help someone else.
Yeah.
So you got to understand that.
And that knowledge, right? That knowledge is going to help you slay King Kong.
Mm-hmm. And we can't be scared to step out there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we be scared to step out thinking we're gonna fail.
Right.
But sometimes failing is necessary, for us to get back up. Now to try it again, but a little bit different, so I can get a little bit further.
Y'all let me do that.
In order to win, you gotta fall.
Yeah,
man, I got denied all them times, man. Y'all, either you or him, yeah, myself.
Yeah.
And tell me, man, get your head out of the pillow. Man.
Get up. But you're going to go through
get up.
for a minute, but at the same time, you can't get stuck in that.
Right.
Because when you get stuck and wallowed in this denial, then you're going to all the way sink.
You're going to fall into despair. And like we told,
it's going to be hard to get you up out of there.
Do not fall into despair. Because that despair going to create depression.
Exactly. Read that, Dante.
You create that. You had that depression?
That's a powerful statement, man.
Going to create sicknesses.
It is easy. Diseases. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. That's by Frederick Douglass. That's a very powerful statement.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
And that's what we trying to do. That's what we trying to do. That's what we doing.
So again, like I said, success lies within that individual. But find out who you are. Love yourself. Because if you're not loving yourself, then you ain't gonna figure out who you are. You're gonna continue to be denied. You denying yourself. Because I denied myself many times in life. And I can't do that. Well, you can't do that. But I was afraid to try because I was afraid to fail. But understand, in order to get to the next level, sometimes you gotta fail. But get back up. If I go apply for this job, they didn't accept me. What I'm gonna do? Go start doing something else? No. Go put another application in for another job. That's what we do in order to be successful. Because somewhere down the line, we're going to be successful if we keep trying. So that's what we got to do. And that's what we got to part on these youngsters. Don't lay down. Again, find your niche in life. Mm-hmm. Find it and push that. And don't allow anybody to say that you cannot do that because you can. Believe in yourself. And that's what we got to. Because a lot of these youngsters is defeated. We see it already. So that's what we got 100 years enterprise. That's why we got to keep pushing and keep getting in their head, keep mentoring these kids, and they got to keep checking in, 101s, even the family members.
Exactly.
Got to.
Teachers, doctors, everybody.
Definitely. So I'm gonna read what 100 Years Enterprise is all about.
Oh, yeah. Let them have it.
This is what 100 Years Enterprise. First of all, what 100 Years Enterprise means: 3 men combined together did 100 years in prison. And this is what we do because we created a business. And we help and we assist and provide returning citizens to their families. We also offer insight and guidance for troubled youth and at-risk youth. We speak from experience as often our assistants. That's what we do. And you can find us at the website, 100years.biz. And we also got a business phone number if y'all want to contact us. 510-560-6203. 510-560-6203. And check out our podcast. Is on what?
YouTube. Hit that YouTube, hit that subscribe, the share button, right? You also got to like it. Ring it up. On YouTube, 100 Years Enterprise. Instagram, 100 Years DOP. And before we leave this last quote by Marcus Garvey, youth, I'm talking to you before it's coming back at me. Progress. Progress is an attraction that moves humanity. Progress, it attracts. It attracts people and it's going to move humanity. It's going to move yourself. And as you move yourself, you can move your peers to positivity, not negativity. Remember, those who try to steer you to go left, say, nah, 100 Years Enterprise told me to go right because they trying to steer me from making an early death decision was going to lead me to the grave or long-term incarceration. I ain't trying to go to Rolling Hills. 100 Years come to my school and talk to me. They talk to my mama. They talk to my daddy, my uncles, my friend. They come to my neighborhood. That's what 100 Years Enterprise do. How do I know? Because you talk to us face-to-face or by phone or by text or by email. And you come to our offices and see us.
100 years.
And we also do consultation.
And my name is Fahim.
I'm Patrick.
Dante.
Until next time, thank you, Reem Media. Behind the production, Jonathan and Christina, you are great. And let's continue this work. And also, we got this beautiful documentary, 3 to 4 part docu-series was coming out late spring, early summer. First episode. Stay ready. Stay ready.
Peace.